Okay. Now, next case is I would like to interface the LED, light emitting diode. Two cases are there in interfacing the LED. You would like to glow the LED based on the push button, or you would like to glow the LED directly. Means if you want, you can glow the LED which is interfaced to the microcontroller directly, or you can control the glowing of LED, switching on the LED by the push button also. Two cases are there in this one. Okay. So here I am directly interfacing the LED to the LED to the microcontroller. In the another slide, I am going to interface the LED to the microcontroller with the help of the push button. I am going to interface the LED to the microcontroller with the help of the push button. So let us go with the interfacing the LED directly to the microcontroller without using the push button. So here what you are trying to do means you would like to send the information to the output world, because in general, if you are pressing the reset button, all those things, this particular pin of the microcontroller, whatever the microcontroller it is, whether it is a PIC or 8051, it is acting as what input pin. It is acting as a input pin. Input pin means plus 5 volts. This one is a plus 5 volts, which is a cathode of my diode, and anode of my diode is already connected to the plus VCC. So both are having the plus 5 volts power supply. Both terminals of the LED is connected to the plus 5 volts. Obviously, the LED is not going to be glow. It is not going to be turned on. It is just because both are in the both terminals are having the same amount of energy. I'm not going to define again what is the anode, what is the cathode, all those things. Okay, now. So in this case, it is in the open circuit. LED is in the open circuit. Now, when you would like to glow this one, you are supposed to generate the binary 0. Means this pin should act as the output pin, and you should write the binary 0 on this particular pin. When you are writing the binary 0 on this particular pin, then what will happen? This one is supplying the ground to the LED. So obviously, anode is connected to the plus VCC and cathode is connected to the ground. It is going to be glow. But the rule is you can't interface the LEDs directly to the microcontroller without using the resistors. Without using the resistors, you can't interface. You can interface directly as a hardware format. You can interface directly. But the problem is when you are interfacing directly, then there is a power dissipation rule. Means this LED is having a certain watts of LEDs. Means different LEDs are there in the market, and they are going to be differentiated with respect to the power watt. With respect to the power watt. Okay. So if at all the power watt which you are using is not satisfied, means this power supply supplied by the 8051 is more, then definitely your LED is going to be burst. Your LED is going to be burst. So to protect the LED from the high currents, what you are supposed to do means we are supposed to use some resistors in series with the LED. Some resistor in series with the LED. So here in this case I am using the 220 ohms. So as per based on the characteristics, we may use the 220 ohms resistor in series with the LED to protect the LED, or we may use the 330 ohms. 220 ohms or the 330 ohms. It is going to be satisfies our condition. Okay, which is going to be protect our LED from the extra power supplies. Okay, extra power supply means high powers. So in this case, what will happen? High power means it is going to be burst the LED literally. I'm not taking much. So it simply cases when you would like to interface the LED to the microcontroller, then it should be interfaced along with the 220. Why it should be interfaced along with the 220 means to reduce the current passing through the diode, we are using the resistor. So that resistor may be the 220 ohms or maybe the 330 ohms. As per this diagram, I'm just using the 220 ohms. Now, so here when you would like to glow the LED, what you are supposed to do? You are supposed to make this particular pin as a output pin. When you are making this particular pin as an output pin, cathode of the LED is going to be grounded. So anode of the LED is connected to the VCC. Anode of LED is connected to the VCC. Cathode is going to be grounded. So at that time LED is going to be glow. So that is what the case in interfacing the LEDs. Okay. Now I would like to interface the LED using the push button. In this case, I am not going to configure. So what we are having, here in this case, what we are doing, we are configuring the port pin as an output port, because output port means you are writing the binary 0. Because of that only it is going to be glow. Otherwise it is not going to be glow. So in the next case means in this case the port is configured as an output port, but in this case the port is configured as an input port. What I am going to do means I would like to read the present status of the push button. I would like to read the present status of the push button. So if at all the push button is open, I am using the LED to turn off. If at all the push button is closed, the LED is going to be glow. Means if the LED is glowing, then what is the indication? Push button is closed. If the LED is turned off, then the push button is open. So if you see this one, what we are supposed to do? We are supposed to read the present status of the push button. I would like to read the present status of the push button. For that, what I am doing, I am making this particular pin of the 8051 as an input pin. I am configuring this one as a input pin. When you are configuring this one as an input pin, obviously this one is a VCC, this one is the input pin. It means plus 5 volts. Plus 5 volts, VCC. Both are in the having the same, means both the terminals are having the same potential. Obviously, the LED is not going to be glow. In the next cases, when it is configured as an input now what I am going to do is I am going to close this particular push button. I am going to press this particular push button. At that time, what will happen? This pin, these two ends are going to be contact. Means they are going to be short circuited. Short circuited means it is going to be bypassed to the ground. When it is bypassed to the ground, obviously input status is going to be read as a 0, indicating that the push button is closed. And in order to show the visual format, the push button is closed, we are using the LED. So whenever the push button is closed, visual display is going to be LED, which is going to be glow. At the same time, microcontroller reads the input as a 0, indicating that push button is closed. Whenever you are reading this particular pin as a 5 volts, obviously this one is in the open, and visually it is showing that the glow, what is that? LED is going to be turned off. It is showing that the push button is open. So whenever it is closed, the LED is going to be glow. Visually, it is going to be It is indicating that the push button is closed. Whenever you are releasing the push button, the LED is going to be turned off. Then it is indicating that push button is open. Same information is going to be transferred to the 8051 in terms of the binary 0 and the binary 1. So this is all about what? Interfacing the LED along with the push button. Interfacing the LED along with the push button to the microcontroller. Okay. So this is a LED interfacing. Next case is relay. Relay means what is the use of the relay? So it is acting as a mediator, isolating the two devices with a physical contact. Isolating the two devices with a physical contact. What I mean to say that when you would like to control the high power devices, it means the devices which are working with the AC power, when you would like to control those devices using the microcontroller, then you are supposed to use the relay or some other components as a mediator. Okay, now because our microcontrollers are working with the DC voltages, and it is very less power supply compared to the AC sources. AC means the devices which are working with the AC are consuming the more power, and if you are directly connecting your microcontroller to that particular devices, then definitely your microcontroller kit is going to be burst because it is working with the less DC power supply. So when you would like to control the AC power supply devices with the DC power supply, like our microcontroller which is working with the DC power supply, we are using the relay as a mediator. So in this case, I am going to use the relay. So here, this entire thing is a relay path. So this one is the one terminal, this is the another terminal, this is the middle terminal. Here, as we don't have the board, I can't draw this one or overdraw this particular block, but just assume this one. This needle is moving. This needle is moving to the next terminal. Okay, this needle is moving to the next terminal. Assume that we connected. What we are doing? We connected one end of the board is not there. Yeah. Okay. I will take the sketch later. Okay. Now, as of now, what we do is, so here I am using the PIC microcontroller to control the AC power supply device with the help of the relays as a mediator. It is one of the application. Okay. So this relay is having the coil now. And this coil is going to be shorted with the diode in the reverse bias case. Why it is shorted in the reverse bias, we will see that one, no problem. And this needle, whatever the middle point we are having, that needle is going to be moving either to the left side or to the right side. Depending on the electromagnetic field which is generated by this particular coil. Okay now. So whenever you are turning on this particular PIC microcontroller, let us suppose you would like to turn on the AC power supply device. Means you would like to turn on the AC power one device which is working with the AC power supply. One device which is working with the AC power supply, it is connected to the relay. Okay. So when you turn on this one, when you turn on the PIC microcontroller, what will happen? The PIC microcontroller is sourcing what is that? It is a 20 milliwatts. Okay, now it is sourcing the power of 20 milliwatts. So I'm using the diode. I'm using the BJT as an amplifier, as a current amplifier. Why I'm using the BJT as a current amplifier, I'll let you know. So when you would like to control this device using the microcontroller, as we are using the relay, so here what you are supposed to do means you are supposed to energize this particular coil. When the current is passing through this particular coil, then obviously what will happen? This coil is going to be generates the electromagnetic field. This coil is going to be generates the electromagnetic field. When this coil is generating the electromagnetic field, then there is the induced EMF is going to be developed in the one terminal of the relay. Then induced EMF is going to be developed in this particular relay. Okay, now so in the one terminal of the relay. So depending on the induced EMF generated in this particular terminal, what will happen? This needle is going to be moving towards the right side. It is going to be moving towards the right side. It may move to the left side or to the right side. I am assuming that when the electromagnetic field is generated in this particular coil, then this electromagnetic field is induced in this particular coil. So as it is induced in this particular coil, the needle is going to be moving towards the right side terminal. At that time, what will happen? If at all I use the power supply to this one, then this needle is connected to the power supply now. Then the AC power supply, AC device is going to be run. So if you want to see that one, wait a minute, I will show you. Wait a minute. Okay. So here we are having the coil, and this is the point, a relay, and these are the fixed terminals of the relay, and this is the freely movable one. What I'm going to do means, I would like to this entire thing is the PIC. I'm not showing that one. The rest, it is a PIC side. Okay, and transistor, all those things are there. I'm not showing that one. How exactly the relay is using is used to control the devices which are working with the AC power supply. So here, what I'm going to do means, this terminal is connected to the power supply. Means I am going to control only one terminal. So we are going to have the power supply which is a two terminals. So I am going to control only one terminal. So this terminal is expecting. This terminal is the power supply input of the AC device. Now what I am going to do is, I am going to use the 230 volts AC power supply, and I am connecting that one to this terminal. I am going to connect that one, this particular 230 volts to this terminal. Okay now, but this terminal, one of the end is already grounded directly, and another power supply is connected to the middle needle of my relay. But is this particular relay connected to the 230 volts? It is not connected to the 230 volts. Now what I am going to do means, I am going to turn on this particular BJT by sending the plus 5 volts. I am going to turn on this particular BJT, which is acting as a current amplifier, by applying the plus 5 volts over here. When you are turning on this particular BJT, we know that the maximum current is passing through this particular coil. Why? Because the positive terminal of this particular plus VCC is connected to the negative terminal of the diode. So obviously the diode is in the open circuit. There is no power, there is no current passing through this particular diode. The entire current is passing through this particular coil, and as it is turned on, it is ground bypassed to the ground. So when the current is passing through this particular coil, we know that there is a electromagnetic field generated from this particular coil. When the electromagnetic field is generated from this particular coil, obviously this electromagnetic field is going to be induced in this particular coil. Okay, now this is a one terminal of the relay now. So this induced EMF is going to be developed in this particular coil. So when the induced EMF, when the electromagnetic field is generated from this coil, and it is going to be induced in this particular coil, then obviously the needle, force of attraction and repulsion, we used to call that one as a force of attraction and repulsion. So this needle is going to be get repelled from this particular terminal. from this particular terminal, this needle is going to be this needle is going to be reflected, and it is moving and touching this particular terminal. So it is going to be two moves and touches this particular terminal. Now what will happen? The one terminal of the AC means AC source device is directly connected to the 230 volts now. It is directly connected to the 230 volts, means AC 230 volts AC is passing through this terminal and connected to the device. Now it is going to be turned off. When you would like to turn off this particular AC, then what I am going to do is I am going to send the binary 0 over here. When I am sending the binary 0 over here, obviously this one is going to be the turn off mode. The BJT is going to be entered into the turn off mode. When it is entered into the turn off mode, then obviously the electromagnetic field which is developed over here, it is going to be, it is going to be changes its direction. Electromagnetic field direction is going to be changed, and when it is changing its direction, obviously the needle is moving from this point to this point, from here to here. Okay, now when it is moving from here to here, means from here to, when the needle is moving from here to this point, then definitely it is going to be open circuit, means AC source is separated from the power supply expected by this particular device. Okay, so as we don't have the board, I can't give the much explanation. So this is the thing. So now this time needle is attracted towards this one, towards this point. So at that time it is in the open circuit. So switch is moved from here to here, from here to here. Okay, now when the power supply, when you are turning off this particular BJT, then this particular needle and electromagnetic field which is generated by this one is changing its direction. That is going to be quite different, because one is a charging, another one is a discharging operation. One is a charging, another one is a discharging operation. We are not touching that one with respect to this part, but simplicity, whenever you are turning off this device, then obviously the electromagnetic field which is generated by this one, this particular one, is changing its direction. Because of that, the needle is moving from here to here. When the needle is moving from here to here, in this example, the AC source is disconnected. So when the AC source is disconnected, obviously device is going to be turned off. Okay, so in this format, we are able to, means this is a relay. With the help of the relay, we are able to control the. Oops, wait a minute. So in this way, what we are able to do is, so in this way, we are able to control the AC devices using the microcontroller. We are able to control the AC devices which are dealing with the AC power supply using the microcontroller. This is the relay which is acting as a mediator. Okay. So now the question is, why we are using the diode? So as I said, when the current is passing through this particular diode, when it is in the, when the BJT is turn on mode, it is moving in this direction. Okay. So it is moving in this direction. The current is moving and bypassing to the ground. When it is in the turn off mode, it is charging now. When the BJT is turned off, it is expecting the discharging. So when it is expecting the discharging, the energy which is there in this particular coil, when it started discharging, you should provide the proper path to discharge the charge which is available in this particular coil. Further, what we are doing is we are shorting one diode. So during the charging operation, during the current passing through this coil, it is in the reverse bias. Because of that, the current is not passing through this one, it is passing through this coil and terminating it to the ground. But when you are turning off this one, then the discharging path for this particular coil is going to be the diode. So it is going to be a loop. Continuously it is going to be loop until the charge which is there in this particular coil is going to be completely discharged. So for that, we are having the diode over here. So this is what interfacing the relay to the microcontroller. So now the question is, why you use this particular transistor, the common emitter configuration, which we are using as a current amplifier. We are using it as a current amplifier. Why we are